You've reached Conversation with Mr. A. This is your host, Anthony Abastilla. Thank you for listening. Let's get right to the episode. Welcome to Conversations with Mr. A. This is your host, Anthony Abastilla. So for today, I have a soccer coach, Elyssa Quinones. Elyssa, thank you so much for doing this interview.
Hi, nice. Thank you for having me.
So, a soccer coach. How long have you been a soccer coach for?
This is probably my 5th year coaching. I have volunteer coached and then helped before I started coaching just with setting up like fields and kind of refereeing and stuff.
How did you get into coaching in the first place?
My children joined a club called Silver FC when my 14-year-old was 4, so he's going to be 15. So yeah, it's been a while, and the director of coaching just kind of asked for volunteers to step in and help out. So that's how.
Cool. Now, have you previously had any experience playing soccer beforehand? If so, how was the experience translating to coaching?
I played when I was younger here in Kitsap County. I played at Olympic High School and before that for CK Soccer Club. And I currently play on Friday nights at the Bremerton Soccer Center. And it's interesting trying to take the concepts that I know from soccer and try and like translate that into what I want the players to do out on the field. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way I envision it in my head and everything. So then I just have to kind of rethink, well, how can I show them what I want them to be doing out on the field? And
is it challenging sometimes when it doesn't go quite the way that you envision, or does it kind of, I won't say frustrating, but is it kind of like, do you have to find yourself adjusting?
Yes. I'm a Montessori teacher, so I'm used to being able to just kind of adjust what my expectations are and kind of if what I'm doing isn't working, finding a different way for, to explain that and show the players what I need from them.
Okay. So. What are some of the rewards that you find of coaching? I love watching them all play. I love how excited they get out there, especially when they score a goal, or they get a new concept right and everything. Like if I show them a new dribbling move or whatever, and you can just see it on their face when they're excited and happy. Do you have any favorite memories or any last memories that kind of stuck out from the last several years that you've coached?
I don't know that I would necessarily say any things that really stick out. I think the start of this season, when the boys were super excited that we got the 1 goal, even though we didn't win. But this last weekend we came out there and they scored 3, and we walked away with a win. And I do feel like we worked really hard on kind of our midfield, getting up and down the field and spreading out. So,
okay. So what's your philosophy of handling when you deal with occasionally with kids that maybe might be a little bit uncooperative, or maybe they may be a little bit disruptive? What's your philosophy with handling them?
So like I said, I am a Montessori teacher, and so that is something that I bring in my Montessori experience when I'm out here coaching soccer. So I let the players know that I want them to try their best and have fun. When I'm talking, then they need to be listening. That's respectful. Otherwise, if I have to repeat myself, then they're missing out, and it's taking longer for them to, for me to explain that, and it's taking away their practice time and everything out on the field. So I try to redirect behaviors. I don't really like to do a lot of negative discipline, but sometimes they enjoy running, and so sometimes I will send them to go run, touch the fence, come back if they've got a lot of energy.
Fair enough. What advice would you give to someone who maybe wanted to be a soccer coach, maybe just wanted to start into it? What would you tell them? I would say, yeah, there's always a need for soccer coaches. And if you never played in the past and you really want to help out being like an assistant coach, I know there's opportunities to take classes and everything so that you can learn different drills and just like concepts for soccer and everything. If you've played in the past, that's great because you have an advantage. You already understand the game and you kind of can go from there.
Was it hard for your first year when you first did it?
When I first started, I started with younger kids, so like 4s and 5s, and so I worked my way up. I've coached even all the way through high school, like high school age and everything. I don't like coaching the high school age kids. I feel like I don't have quite as much to offer to them and everything, but this age, like the U10s, I think is a great age to coach.
I was going to ask the differences. So you've done high school age, and then obviously you coach my son who's 9. What are the differences like between those age levels?
Well, I have two high schoolers actually now, who play, and they've surpassed me in skill level and everything. So I feel like if I am going to be coaching a higher level and everything, I want to feel like I can do those moves and teach them new concepts and everything. So I don't feel comfortable personally like coaching the higher level and everything, but the U10s and everything, and even up to like, I don't know, probably U12s or so. Yeah, I feel like there's I like to build on the fundamentals. So like dribbling, learning the really good foot skills and everything is really important out there on the field.
Okay. Okay, so let's have some fun. We're almost at the end of the interview. Let's have some fun. This is called word association. Okay. So I'm going to give you maybe a word or two, and it's just random words, and just tell me the first things that come to mind. And so longtime listeners know, for myself, for example, pickles. I really do not like pickles. So I guess my question is for you, when you hear the word pickles, what comes to mind for you?
Sour.
Sour?
But not in a good way, sour.
Okay. All right. How about soccer?
I love playing soccer. It's fun.
Okay. Bad hygiene.
Oh, smelly.
Okay. Competition.
That's fun.
Okay. Barbie.
Pink.
Okay. X-Men.
Wolverine.
Okay. Rap music.
90s.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. All right, no bias on my part. How about spicy food?
I love it.
What do you think? Country music.
Yeah, I like country music. It's a different genre.
Okay. Horror movies.
No, not my cup of tea.
Okay. Romantic movies.
Yeah, I like them. I enjoy them.
Okay. Action movies.
Yes, I like action. It gets your adrenaline pumping.
Social media.
I enjoy social media, being able to like keep up with everybody.
Okay. Coaching.
I love coaching.
Okay. This is a fun one. Longtime listeners know me for this one. How about WWE or MMA?
I'm not a big wrestling fan, but maybe MMA.
Okay.
Yeah.
No judgment there. And then any last words that you would like to tell our listeners? Anything you'd like to tell?
Really just, I don't like to push the kids too hard. If they're not having fun out there, then they're not going to be successful. So you got to make sure that you make it fun.
Fair enough. Thank you so much, Elyssa, for your time.
All right. Thank you.
And that concludes this edition of Conversations with Mr. A with Elyssa Quinones. Thank you, Elyssa, so much for sharing your insights of being a soccer coach and just from the years that you've coached various age groups. We really appreciate you taking the time to do that. It's been a while since I've done the podcast interviews. It was great to do one again. Hopefully I'll get to do one in the near future. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.